Hitting record. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Graybeards. My name is Wayne, and my good friend and co-host Bud,
Bug,
aka Ernie. Hope
what's up?
everybody has had a good week. A lot of stuff going on. I watched this show. Well, I guess it's a show on YouTube called Lefties Losing It. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's hilarious. How
I've
it's
heard the term, but I don't know
yeah.
if I saw the show.
Yeah, it's just that's what they call it, losing, and it's an Australian um, channel, I guess. It's kind of affiliated, I think, with Sky News.
Hmm.
Probably the one of the few conservatives in Australia, if you will.
Right.
But yeah,
The
it's
Aussies.
yeah, and it's funny. It's just uh, kind of leads into the week. We had some good conversations. We had our um, I guess you call it office potluck for Thanksgiving, which was great. I thought everything was real good.
It's good. I had fun, man.
I ate way too much and, you know, got to have a good conversation with, well, we call him AI Carter, but
Yeah,
uh,
Carter. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Good
Pretty cool
dude.
dude, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He kind of enlightened us on life on the island because lives in St. Thomas.
Hmm.
And we were, kind of picking his brain. At least I was asking him questions because I don't know if I could live on an island. And I mean, I could obviously, but I wouldn't prefer living on an island. I don't think.
He probably had no choice, man. That's what his parents
But he
were.
wouldn't know. I don't know. I don't know his background.
Hmm.
Was that he was always, born and raised at his, you know, family
Yeah.
moved there, later
Yeah.
on. But he had some really good perspectives. As you would call a fellow conspirator.
Yeah. He
I
just
get
got
it.
a
I mean, I get
keen
it.
perspective.
I guess you could say I'm a conspiracy theory guy because I never trust anything. I always trust but verify, right? Someone could
Yeah.
tell me, "Hey, I turned the light off in the bathroom," and I would probably at some point go and make sure the light was turned off. You know.
Hey, Mrs. Wayne, found out that we got the same type of mindset. I like it.
Well, no. First off, let me enlighten you, right, on
You
that.
like me, man.
She was never like that before.
Hmm.
Um, after she had I don't know, some kind of um, epiphany or
Epiphany.
what after Donald Trump lost in 2020 really um, I guess affected her more than I thought it would, right?
Hmm.
And she went deep into all that stuff. It don't matter if someone even out there just suspects something to be this, it can't be right.
Hmm. Hmm.
Then she's like all on board. She sits there, and this kind of leads us to what I was going to talk about today. It was like, some of our conversation that we had with Mr. Carter and my
Hmm.
wife and you talking
Hmm.
about landing on the moon, right?
Back to episode one.
Back back to that episode again, Um, but I put this to her probably yesterday, I guess it was. I said, so you have several astronauts that claim to have been there, eyewitness account, personally done it. They swore, took to their grave that they went there, but you won't take their word that they were there. They experienced it. But you'll read a Bible written by 40 people you never met, never knew, didn't know nothing about, and they swear that these events occurred, and you take it almost blindly to be the truth, the word of God, but you won't take someone's other that has nothing to gain by saying, no, this was a conspiracy. We didn't, you know, nothing to lose.
Mhm. That's the big thing. The government wasn't involved with the writing of the Bible.
The
You know what I'm
government,
saying?
You could say
Yeah.
that I get that. You could say that about anything you've ever read, watched, done,
Mhm.
period. Um, I happen to think Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and those are stand-up American soldiers that went to the moon. Not just one. Now, if it was one person, maybe, yeah. There were several times they landed on the moon. I forget the number of times. The footprints are there, the tire tracks are there, the equipment is there, verified by other countries that have a lot more to gain by saying, yeah, there's nothing there, man. It's all just junk on they threw out there, whatever.
You remember a guy named Saddam Hussein? I'm sure you do. It's
Absolutely.
rhetorical.
Hmm.
You remember watching him on TV? He got this shotgun up in the air and he's shooting the gun up in the air, and the caption below is saying, "I down with America." Da, 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 blah. We had no clue what that man was saying. He probably was like, "Look, check out my new Remington shotgun." Boom.
Yeah.
But we went to war over these images that they put before us.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, you know,
That
hey,
wasn't,
we
that's
don't
not
know
the
what they
reason we
said.
went to, that was the intelligence aid. Were they wrong? Apparently so. Weapons and
Apparently
or
so.
they were one they were wrong, or two, that regime had the ability to take those items out of there and they were unaware of it. I would believe that more than to say that the intelligence agency was wrong. They were not up to
Propaganda.
date on the current, you know. That's what I would say, right? Is there a possibility they didn't have anything? Absolutely. Did they find anything when they went in there? No, they did not.
Why
They
would he
found
move?
stuff to make stuff, but they didn't find any actual weapons.
Okay. If I got weapons of mass destruction, right? And we'll get back on track. But if I got them, why would I get rid of them?
Well, you don't know if he got rid of them. Yeah, big Iraq is. It's massive,
The size of
massive.
Texas.
Yeah, massive. You look
We
at the
had
size of Texas compared to this
we had
country, it's like a
decades to
third of
find
it or a quarter,
we had decades
whatever.
to find these things. We got satellite covers watching this dude's little nation 24/7.
Not 24/7. I don't think they
Why
can't watch.
were
They can't. I'm telling you that somebody helped them, or they were very good at hiding that stuff. That little trawler out in the middle of some Mediterranean, all that shit's 10,000 feet underwater. Who knows?
okay? All right.
I'm just saying, you're so quick to go and jump on that stuff with little to no evidence, someone's theory.
You just gave me the evidence. You said they didn't find them, right? You remember that? You remember saying that? They
Yeah,
did not find them.
that
You know,
that's
but
very
we're gonna level
plausible. Doesn't mean they didn't have them.
we're gonna
There's no
level
fact
your
to say they didn't have them, that they didn't even have the ability. They found the
don't we believe in
capabilities to do these things, but they
don't
didn't
we
find them.
believe in innocent until proven guilty? We went and
Uh,
level this dude's country, man.
those don't apply to Love and War, man. Let me tell you.
Hmm.
Those don't apply to Love and War.
We, we leveled this dude's country, man. Like, oh shoot, we didn't find a darn thing. We
Hmm.
killed a whole lot of people. But okay, but hey,
I got
we
that,
gotta
but we could sit there on the other side of the coin and say, "Well, there's smoke, there's fire." We didn't find
yeah,
any evidence to support the reasoning for whatever. Blah blah blah. I got it,
yeah, yeah,
got it. Because
right.
if we were so good at what we do, we would know where they killed that Union guy. What was his name? Damn,
You talking about Jimmy Hoffa back in
Jimmy
the day?
Hoffa. Ain't found that dude yet. They know where he was killed, what he was in. They still ain't found him.
Technology then versus now. They didn't even have DNA back then. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even know what it
I'm just
was.
saying.
I
You
got you.
could,
I'm tracking. I'm tracking,
yeah.
man. But yeah,
But
I mean, I'm just going
I'm
home.
just saying, in certain cases, I think people go over the top that based off their gut feelings and not really. I'm not a scientist. I'm not. I'm. You have to sometimes trust what people are telling you. Um,
We do all the time.
yeah,
Of course we do. I mean, I'm not gonna go out there and lead a march because hey, nobody they didn't go to the moon.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do all that. I mean, I'm just
No,
saying.
no, but what you are doing inadvertently probably is giving fuel to people to distrust authorities. And sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad, right?
Yeah. Well, our
You
society
know,
need that. You need it. You need speculate. You need to speculate. You need
yeah.
to have the
Well, in
ability.
our
I don't.
world, in our country, you can because we have, freedoms to,
Yeah, couldn't say
pick
that
and
in Russia.
choose. Yeah. And that's
Mhm.
what's great about this country is that people have, this is like I can tell you Fords are garbage. Fords are garbage. Not all Fords are garbage. I'm just saying, I've had them. I bought them. My grandfather was a Ford guy, and I like Ford trucks. There's a few cars I like just because they were always in my growing up early, those early impressionable,
Yeah,
um,
years there.
synapses
Okay.
of in your brain as it's growing was my grandfather had a 70 Ford pickup and he had a 64 Ford Galaxy white with ruby red interior. That was my grandma's
Oh,
car. And
wow. It sounds like okay.
yeah,
That
so I
sounds
always
fun.
have I always have a special place for
Hmm.
those two particular Fords, of course.
Yeah.
um, but yeah, but just because I'm saying they're garbage, there's millions and millions of people out there going, I love them. They're my favorite. They're the best vehicle ever made.
Yeah. That's right. I mean, I'm not one of them. Like I say, man, you and I came up, seems very similar. I
Oh
backed the
yeah,
horse that my dad backed. He was like Chevrolet. I didn't know anything about a car, truck back then. That was just the brand. Pops liked it. I liked it.
yep, same here.
That was it. Hmm.
It's funny you say that because my dad always, pretty much anything he bought, um, not everything, but most of his main vehicles were always Chevrolet. Before family, he had Dodge, and I think he had a Dodge. It's funny. He had a Dodge, I forget, 49 Dodge something. I don't know if it was a sedan or something. He traded it in because he didn't find out what was wrong with it until he traded it in. He traded it in for, I don't know what he bought, but he wanted to keep the chrome gas cap on it. So he took the chrome gas cap on it the day he traded it in and he figured out what was
It
wrong with it.
was that Chrome gas.
It was that damn chrome gas crap cap that he had on there. It wasn't venting, and it was caught when he would drive down the road. The car would stall like it was out of
Mm-hmm.
gas, and if
Mm-hmm.
he sat there long enough, eventually it would start back up again, and he
Mm-hmm.
would drive. That's why he's like, "I'm done with this car." Well, he
Yeah.
took that chrome gas cap off, and he heard that.
Suck it.
So
Vengeance.
he could have done two things in life. Said, "Some Dodges are junk, garbage," right? But
Yep.
no, he didn't.
Hmm. Man,
He
that's what's
didn't.
up.
Yeah.
But it's amazing, man. Like you mentioned, our holiday party, our Thanksgiving party, we kind of gravitated to little groups here and there, and
Oh
everybody
yeah.
talking about different little things. We had our conspiracy thing going on.
Hmm.
Others was talking about football and movie.
Uh-oh. Did I lose my
These
internet?
different things. The other half. Good to see you. Did you? You
Did I
lost me?
lose? Did I lose you?
No, you still there.
Yeah, mine on my end. You paused and then you came back. Yeah, it's like
Pixelating. But yeah, man, it was good to see your wife, and it was good to see Sergeant Carter's husband,
oh yeah.
and
She could have sat.
Downey's wife
Those
was
two
there.
could have sat there and had a conversation for hours, just like we
Yeah,
did.
man, it was
Anyways,
good. I was
she was
enjoying it.
she was like she was. I said, I hope you had a good time at the meeting because she had never been to where we worked. She'd never
Yeah.
seen the
Hmm.
pod farm, if you will.
Hmm.
You know, and
Yeah.
she was like, "No, it wasn't quite like what I expected."
What
um,
did she expect?
I
What do
don't
you think
know.
she expected?
I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Well, hopefully she had a good time. It seemed like she did. And
Oh
she
yeah, she
was,
did. Um,
definitely. engaged. So
But
I like that.
we have a unique ability or experience in our section where we all can talk and
Hmm.
pick on each other and have a conversation. And where
Hmm.
you look in the other pod farm area,
Yeah.
the pens over there, they're all like, "Do we have a
Everybody
conversation?"
come in, they do gravitate. Most of them gravitate to our area, man, because it's the fun area over there.
Some
You know what I'm
do,
saying? You
some
can always,
don't, man. Some they're defiant. They
yeah.
don't want to.
Mark, I think Mark never. He'll chime in from his side. He won't ever come over into our EOR, but he'll say something
Yeah,
in the distance. I disagree, whatever, or make some comment. But most of them drift over. Phil, he comes over. Brian comes
yeah.
over
I feel
once in a
that
while.
they will. It's going to be different when they're talking about changing the layout of the place with new desk or something. But
Yeah, we'll see.
we
We'll
have
see
a
how that
different
turn out.
vibe. Have a different vibe in the office, I guess. I don't know. I don't
It's a
know.
good thing. It's a good place to work, man. I'm happy. I'm content.
So
Enjoy
far,
you
yeah.
guys, man.
All right. So just to recap, so far we talked about. Did we talk about the college football? Your Bulldogs pulling out a good win over Tennessee, unexpected the way they had been playing, but not totally surprised, right? They have some talent, they have some skill in Georgia. Um,
Mm.
I'm. It ain't just that Georgia Tennessee game. It's all of them. I think that I don't know what is going on with these refs, and as a conspiracy theorist myself, in ways, they got to be getting direction the way, or they're just that crappy, right? Oh, we got to make sure these teams get a chance at a good playoff, man. They got a lot riding on it. They support a lot of, Georgia's a big name, right? Let's face it. And all these SEC teams they're find themselves on the outside of the aquarium, if you will. It's unbelievable. It's almost I mean, there's people that for the last 20, 30 years, it's all been always SEC, SEC, SEC,
That's
SEC.
right.
You
That's,
know,
you're absolutely right.
as much as a Big Ten guy like myself can't stand that, I hate that. Um, that the Yeah, I mean, we have a chance, right, with Michigan usually or Ohio State. It used to be Penn State. Penn State's trying to come back, but
They looked
after
good
that,
yesterday. I was like, goodness, who they beating up on?
oh yeah,
Trout something.
some I don't even know the name. Again,
Hmm.
it's a again, that's where I have problems with college football. Some people, oh, whatever, man. This school's got to get something, blah blah blah. I'm like, whatever. They shouldn't even be in the same freaking league or division, whatever that they have.
And they realized that, know.
They're like, wow, them little schools, they rely on that money for their program. I saw an
I think
interesting, yeah.
they should
Go ahead.
limit the amount of little teams that, I mean, you can't have Penn State playing six small schools. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. Or Georgia. You can't do that. Maybe one or two, just to help out the little fish. But other than that, they need to be playing each other so we can get a
Mm.
real champion. You know what I'm
I,
saying?
well, I don't know what they've changed in the water in college football lately, but it ain't been the same usual offenders of you know. Um,
Hmm. That Porto,
do you think
you
that's
know.
it? I don't know how some of those. I'm sure some of our few that watch our channel will chime in. I know. KB will jump in there and give
Hmm.
some insight, or you know, maybe.
More diversity.
Oh, it's gotta be it's gotta be
Parenting.
something. But this is the first year for the portal. Nick Saban saw the writing on the wall. That's why he jumped that burning shit on Alabama. Even though I think
Yeah.
did they lose? I don't even know. I think they lost.
No, I think Bama won. I believe they won.
Last I looked, they were losing.
Yeah, they trounced some, but they wound up turning that thing around. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
mean,
but yeah, man.
Tennessee gave you guys a good run till the half, and then it was like,
Yeah. Hey, you saw
uh,
the meme I put out there, right?
no,
I don't know.
no,
I don't
I
know
didn't
how
necessarily.
the
Where'd you
the,
put it on?
the
You messaged me or did you put it in chat? Is it which one
It
did
was in
you
the
put?
chat. And see, that quarterback was untouched, Tennessee's quarterback. But once they sacked him that first time, he was like, "Oh shucks, this is real." And so I likened that to Xerxes getting hit by that spear in 300, you know, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he realized he was human. Yeah, what you doing, man?
Oh yeah, when
Focus.
he threw the spear, I was like, "What did Tennessee quarterback after the first sack?"
Yeah,
I was looking at
he
going, "What the heck am I looking at with this dude?" With the I did
you
not
see the spear?
recognize. It's so hard. It's so small. I have a tiny phone, so I was looking at
Oh
going,
man,
"What am I looking at here?" Even if
what am
I
I saying?
click on it, I'm like, "What am I looking at?" But yeah, okay, I get the correlation now.
Yeah, yeah.
What you're trying to say on there, but yeah.
Mhm.
Um, what about I tell you what, we got to talk the face mask thing
Mint,
for Georgia, right? The 12th man on it.
oh, man.
Those are, I mean, agree, disagree, right? I don't think that dude was so close to getting off the field that he had no effect by one step off the field. I don't know
Orders
how
are
that rule. I don't know the
orders
nuances of the
orders are
rule.
made to be followed.
I got
It didn't
that. I
affect the
got it.
game.
Well, the thing is
Yeah,
that they didn't even call that on the field. It was called from the play. I don't even know, some office somewhere.
I think you
Um,
get. Yeah, I don't
Game
know how that.
review office. I don't know where it was, but
Yeah, that I didn't know. That was weird. Now I have to admit that I didn't. I thought Georgia coach might have went. He dude was on the field, but
he
I don't know
was.
if
He
he can
was
do that.
saying
Can he
that
do it?
he was doing this thing right. He was doing, well,
What does that mean?
he was like 12th man
Well,
rule, 12,
okay,
12, 1 and
yeah.
2. Yeah,
Is
and
that a
everybody else
review?
was confused. It made sense to him why he was down there doing this, whatever, right?
Or some Roman numeral or something like 4 or 6?
Yeah,
Like what is
um,
he doing?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Um, I don't know, but either way, I just thought it was some. I hadn't seen that before, but I don't watch a ton of football. I'm sure that these people that have football, IV stuck in them and they got to watch every game, you know,
yeah.
probably can go, yeah, well, that was in page 14, fifth of paragraph 5 of the 2024 rules that they
Yeah,
can,
now the rule is there, but the weird part about it, Wayne, was how did it get called? Usually that is called immediately, right? It
yeah,
seemed like it was. That's the weird part. All those guys with the Darren IV of football, we understand that, but
yeah.
we didn't understand how that call was made because it wasn't immediate. I mean, I think the play ran, and then it was like, wait a
They
minute, there's
run the
12 guys on the
play
field.
and then, yeah, now, if they had run another play, but they didn't even give them a chance to run another play, they go, oh, there's a review of of this, you know, previous to the snap of the whatever. So they didn't even let them run another play. So the players
And
all
can
stood
that
around.
guy? My
Huh?
question is, can the cameraman make a call? You know what
It
I'm
went.
saying?
It's in some booth. They said there's somebody in the booth that watches it. And I'm like, what in the world? What am I seeing? Why am I not, play review? I forget what they called it. Um, Anything
I'll
to
be told.
delay the game, right? If it didn't get called on the field, right? Um, should they been,
It shouldn't have been called.
I
And
don't
that's
know.
my
I thought it
team. I'm
was
just saying.
weird, right?
It
And
was
again,
definitely weird.
this is the kind of buffoonery that goes on that causes people to question the validity of the authority, right? The
You know
government,
how
if you
much
will.
money it cost Georgia to have that call? That was a $5 million call. Okay. This
How
is
did
what
that
we
cost them
paid.
money?
They had to pay for
It
that.
helped
They had to
them.
pay that. Exactly.
No,
Yeah. Yes. We bought that. We bought that. Hey man, we need to do an instant
I
replay.
just thought there was. I mean, there was calls. Obviously, there was what I have felt to be good calls, and didn't have a reason to question the call, right? But when you're looking at these things, I really got upset with the Penn State Ohio State game where,
You had
um,
a horse in that fight, a dog in
well, I
that
mean,
fight.
that's my team, right? But tell me
Yeah.
that the dude is not even looking for the ball and the receiver's trying to receive the ball, and he's batting them all, hanging all over him, right? And they're like, "Well, that was a legit interception." And I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" Just they had a similar play, I think, last night. The ball got taken away.
Yeah.
Um, they reviewed that, right, to make sure whatever. I don't know what they were making sure, whether or not he had
It
the
was
ball crossed the line. I don't know what the call was, but he had got um, the
you talking the
Tennessee.
Georgia game or
It was on the Georgia game. What's his face tried? It was like on the 2 yard line.
oh he dropped the ball. I think
He didn't
one
drop
of the
shit. It
ones.
got knocked the shit out of his hands. He didn't drop nothing. That Tennessee defender come in and knocked that thing right out of his. He's like, "Oh, I got this, man." That thing got boink. And there was another Tennessee player that in the end zone was trying to catch it, but he didn't. He was out of bounds.
Right.
But they reviewed that for something for some reason. I was like, did he have? It was like, was this even a catch? Right?
Okay. All right. Well, you got
It
instant
kind of falls on
replay.
the. It kind of falls on whether that would have been a touchback or not because it went out of bounds. If he they were trying to see if he had possession of the ball at the time that it got knocked out of his hand.
Yeah.
Because if it would have been knocked out of his, if they would have ruled that he had possession,
It would have been a fumble.
not well, it could have been a fun fumble, but because if it got knocked out of his hands, sort of like that play where that ball with Ohio State bounced off his knee, went over the pylon, and then
Yeah.
out the back of the end zone, that ended resulted in a touchback.
Right. Okay.
That's what I
I'm
think that, but they didn't do a very good job of articulating what was going on. So
mhm.
when you look at it, he definitely, in my opinion, had control of the ball. But again, I don't get paid to do that.
Right.
And it
Yeah.
went, and luckily it went in favor of for Georgia, and they were able to keep possession of the ball, however
Yeah.
it was.
My conspiracy theory mindset is not prejudice, okay? Yes, that jump, I don't discriminate. Yes, that was some
Oh,
weird
sure,
things going on. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
absolutely.
Uh, yeah. Now,
If
what
it,
they're gonna do?
when you look at when that idiot was taunting, and I go back last weekend, I know everybody listened,
Oh, when
oh,
that
you
dude
can't
stepped
change.
over the guy,
Yeah, he stepped over and whatever, did whatever. 15-yard penalty. Get me a freaking
he
break, man.
drug his scrotum across this dude's face,
Yeah,
man.
yes. He went and teabagged him, doing the doing, whatever. No, I don't think so. Yeah. I
They
was like,
can't do
I
that,
was
man.
like, you could go out there and rip the dude's eye out of, with your thumb and 5-yard penalty, roughing the receiver, whatever, But you go over to step over the dude and go, that's taunting. 15-yard penalty. Yeah. I was like, oh my God, what are we
Man,
in fifth,
disrespect,
fifth grade here or
disrespected
what?
this dude. Disrespect this dude in front of his family. The whole nation saw
Oh
you
yeah.
drag your little sack across this
Yeah.
dude's forehead.
I was looking at this, you're talking about size of the players, man. The Tennessee, is it Lewis maybe? I think he got hurt. Lewis or White. I don't know. I can't think. Whatever his name is running back for Tennessee. He looks like he's
Mhm.
5 foot tall compared to the quarterback because
Yeah,
they were walking off together after a
mm,
play or whatever. I think they were talking
yeah,
about where they were going after the game. But
probably.
probably say, "Hey, I'm risking it," what?
And he
He
said,
looked
"Look at the
so
bright side.
tiny.
One, we're rich."
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. But anyways,
yeah.
that's enough about my rant about refs. I will continue to uh, my little voice against them. I think they're affecting the game, the outcomes of the games. With blatant calls, one-sided calls, because I want to say that the governing body has this. It's all about money, right?
Mm,
So,
yeah,
but
yeah.
in the 10 minutes that we have left, what else did you have? Do you have something? What are your thoughts on? You think the refs are fair? You think there's some outside conspiracy?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you kind of alluded to it. They want those big name teams in there, right? They want Georgia, they want Ohio. That's why your boys lost when they had the game Penn State versus Ohio. I saw some buffoonery going on in there, but I didn't want
It,
your team to win. Okay, so
yeah.
I was mute, but I will upon
Yeah.
questioning.
No, I
Upon
mean,
questioning,
I
I was
think
like, yeah,
Ohio State really played a good game.
they play good.
I think they still probably would have beat Penn State regardless of whatever those outcomes. I think they were a better team. They played way better than Penn State. And I don't have a problem with that. But when it's a close game like that and you're making them bull crap calls, it's gonna make
Yeah, that's right. It
makes
was
you
critical. So
wonder.
yeah,
But keep it
so
close. Keep it
they
yeah.
want big name teams in there, man. They want is it
They
to
want the
draw the
money.
fans?
Yep, they want the
They want
money.
the it is fans
They
equal
don't
money.
give they don't give two nothing about fans. They care about the money.
But the fans are the
Whether
money. You know what I'm saying? That's the money. Yeah, where are they gonna get money from other than the
I mean, the
fans?
fans affected, but they get the money from commercialism, right?
But
Selling
they got
the commercial
yeah.
time on the games. That's where they get their money from, right?
If you don't have fans in those stadiums, all right, there are certain games that they show on TV, right? You
They
know,
generate more money from TV than they do with the fans in the stands.
I agree with that, but okay, well, not necessarily fans in the stand, but that's a big part of it. But you got the fans at home on TV watching it. That's them the ones. So it still goes back to the fans. You know what I'm saying? Because
It
if they're
does,
not
but
watching,
it isn't about attendance fans, right?
not necessarily. I agree. I can concede not as much. You know what I'm saying?
Because
But
they'll just put
if you
fake
don't have those
fans out
fans
in
in
the
the
stand.
stand,
They'll put fake
yeah, if you don't
fans
have
in
the
the
fans in the stands,
stand.
you're not gonna have the fans watching it on TV. You know what I'm saying? That's
Right.
true.
I would, they'll make sure like um it'll be popular. You
Hmm.
know, we'll see. I don't
Yeah.
have great feelings. I think, talking about football, I'll jump ahead, but go ahead. I think I jumped into your train of thought
No,
for
you good. You good. What about this? You mentioned to me earlier about the meltdown of some new show that you was watching called the Left Meltdown or something like that. Something you saw on
oh,
YouTube.
Lefty's losing it. I don't know if
Oh, Left
anybody's
is
watched that on YouTube. It's from Sky News. They're out of Australia, I believe. I don't know um, their
what's it about? What's
affiliation,
that?
but Sky News.
What's
Oh, they
good?
were.
What's going on with Lefty losing it? What are they doing?
Well, they take
Uh,
these people that are on the left, liberal left,
mhm,
in
mhm.
American politics or wherever, and they just show people that are, especially the results after this election, and they're just like, they keep playing this one. There's this one girl in this car. She's just screaming, "No, why?" They just play it over and over again, and it's like someone put her reaction to the election loss for obviously I'm making an assumption that she's legitly upset that Kamala Harris did not win. Some dude took her rant and put it to music, and it is amazing. But see, I mean, this girl's screaming on top of her lungs.
It was like a symphony
Yeah,
for
yeah.
you.
He did, I think, some kind of like rock ballad. I don't know. It was really crazy. Of course, everybody's upset with the latest with Whoopi Goldberg, which is not her real name.
You gonna expose on girl?
No, I ain't gonna expose her. It's all right.
She's really she's
Someone
really
else is probably
catcalling.
going. Someone else is probably going. Yeah, well, welcome to the party. We already knew that. Whatever. But I don't.
No, I didn't know that. I mean, you're like me.
Yeah, I don't
I
really.
it's not some.
I
I
just
would
heard
miss
it.
that on Jeopardy.
I just
Huh?
heard that recently because she apparently in Staten Island, there's some bakery there. It's been there for, I don't know how many times I heard him say 145 years, but like, I get that it's important. It's a staple in this community. It's been there a long time, blah,
Hmm.
blah, blah. They had this
Hmm.
press conference because Whoopi Goldberg called them out for not making some kind of cupcake, donut, pie, cake, confectionery, whatever for her 69th birthday. And she alluded it to, it wasn't because I'm a woman or black, it's because of my politics. and we're all like,
Because of her politics.
yeah, yeah,
What
yeah.
does she? Well,
She's
there's probably more to the story than that. You know what I'm saying?
well, they,
I would
I,
imagine.
yeah, they're talking about sooner for defamation or something. I don't
Yeah, that's what
know.
I'm saying. Maybe like she wanted us to put some profane things on this cupcake, and we wasn't going to
Probably.
do it. Yeah, I
No,
don't think they
actually,
just wouldn't.
I think there was something that they had. So this again, this thing place has been around 145 years. Some old boiler issue. They were not able to fill these orders. It wasn't just hers that they couldn't do. I don't know. It's just some, oh, you know.
Yeah, it's
But
weird though. I mean, it's in New York, which is a pretty liberal state, right?
yeah, Staten Island, like this is for political reasons. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever, you know.
So, like, what the problem? What's the problem with it? But
Well,
yeah, it's amazing me. I've watched on YouTube Mugs meltdown because of their horse didn't win in the election. I'm just like, how bad? I mean, what did you lose? I mean, what's happening? You still get to do your thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not. I didn't see how it was going to be detrimental to the country if the Democrats won. All right, they won. They had no policies that I saw. Right? I don't know. It's more of a personal attack on Trump. He's a misogynist. America's like, apparently, and America's like, we don't care about his personal life. All we know is we had money and we felt safer when he was the goddamn president. That's it. That was it.
that's it in a nutshell. That is straight up.
He
That's
was like, hey, there's a lot of blue mugs turned red, bro. That was it. They was like, yo, yeah, I'm blue, but not to the core. I need this money. I gotta pay my bill. I'm tired of living
yeah.
on my credit cards, you know? So
You
yeah,
could sit,
so it
yeah,
is what
and when you think about what was going on in the world, um, it was still close, you know. It was still close. The number of people that voted straight because she's a Democrat is just
Mhm.
astounds me. But I guess I'm not on that. I'm not a one party guy. I'm not affiliated to any one. There's only one, you know, one team for me, you know.
Mhm.
But
Yeah. Yeah, I voted twice.
politics
One
is not it.
was I voted blue once and I voted red once. And it wasn't and the first vote that I did, I told you this. I just voted. It was no good reason. Okay, I just did it. I wanted Barack Obama to have a second term. I had no idea what he stood for, whatever. He was a cool, smooth walking dude,
Yeah, he
articulate cat. That was it. That's all I knew about him. And he always could answer questions. He handled the press well.
no
And
doubt.
I was like,
He
yeah, I want this dude. I wanted to get
yeah.
another chance. So we get Trump up there. I didn't know what he really stood for. I liked him. I just didn't vote for him. I didn't vote for anybody during that time. So I liked him because he was funny. He was different. You know what I'm saying? He was just I was like, this dude is not lying. He's not lying. He don't even know. He should be lying, but he's not. He's
He
just
don't
telling them.
know. He don't know. We got a minute. In the final minutes, yeah. We got
Yeah.
1 minute. Less than a
Oh,
minute.
we got 1 minute. Hey, the only
Yeah.
thing we can do at this point is like, man, you guys come on out. We need, hey, just inboxes. You want to come on here? If you're blue and you want to get on here and straighten out some red guys, come on. We'll be glad to
Yeah.
hear from you, man.
I mean, I'm entertaining to everybody. You're not going to change my mind, I don't think. It's going to take some time. But on
Mhm.
that note, thanks for watching. Hey, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't. Doesn't cost you anything. It just helps us keep doing. Tells us we're doing the right thing, and people like to hear what we don't have to say. Over to you, Bug.
That's it. I just echo my man's sentiments. I don't have a clock, so I don't know how much time I got. What, like 30 seconds?
I don't know. I don't. You don't get that much
Hey,
time. It just says less
thanks
than
for
a minute.
watching. Leave
So.
some comments. Hey, I will